Same way.
Oh, yeah?
This is heavy. A little bump is not heavy.
Yeah.
Should actually be back.
All right, we should be up. Well, sorry about that, everybody out there. It looks like we went down after the first end. We didn't quite realize, so I think we're back up live now. We'll keep an eye on it, a little better eye on it here. So, as just a quick update, we got on our featured sheet, we've got a lead of 5-1 for the Stone Troopers over Yes We're Sweeping Together. On sheet C, the Purple Pretenders are tied with. Do you know who the opponent on sheet C is? Two guys in a little rose. They're knotted up at 3. And then on sheet D, Madison Team Rom is up from 4-1 over our U18 junior qualifiers, the Highlighters. So welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry we missed a few ends there. Technology,
DCC 5 and under.
Technology is great until it isn't. And,
could be that we've got web streams going for our event, for the Club Nationals going on in Evelyn, Minnesota, and for the Women's World. So we're really testing our bandwidth today. So much curling action, so little bandwidth.
Yeah. All right, good guard there.
Yeah, we've got an interesting end developing up here. Plenty of guards in play. Yellow looks like they're sitting 2. That's the Stone Troopers already with the lead. So Red's going to have a little bit of difficulty scoring here with 2 rocks left. I do think I would be inclined to open this up a little bit. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, you've got that intern. You can get to that one, but it's really not going to do you a whole lot of good.
No. Yeah, that wouldn't be for shot rock, would it? So
no.
There is a pair of yellows on the right side of the center line there that looks doubleable.
I like it.
Yep, throw a lot of weight with the intern. Maybe take 2 out and
intern catch it on the low side. Third of a rock, you should be good.
It's also tough because most of those guards in front are yellow, so it would be a little risky to start running those in. And hope to rearrange the rocks in the house already.
Yeah. Watching Bree here in Evelyn, Minnesota, going for a double. Very nice. She got 1 and put 1 out on the edge of 12 foot.
Look around the world of U.S. curling at the U.S. Club Nationals. We've got 2 Denver teams in the quarterfinals right now. It's Daryl Sobering has a 6-1 deficit after the 4th end break to Mike Siggins of Arizona. He is currently looking at a counter of 1 for Arizona in the house with his vice Alex Selecki throwing. And Kelly Danahay is tied up at 3 after the 4th end, and against her opponent, who is sitting 2 in the house right now, with skips rocks to come. Again, very proud of our participants at all these national events. It's great to have Colorado on the national scene. Back to our featured game. It looks like they have selected the center line guard in order to throw a peel at, try to give them something with their skip's last rock. And that's executed successfully. little unlucky there. The yellow one they chose to hit rubbed off of a corner guard and rolled in. So yellow is sitting 3 now. I'm just got to imagine that they're going to guard this up. So center line guard, and what you're going to have left is probably going to be some kind of out-turn draw. Is that a red rock all the way to the left?
It is way in the back.
Yeah, so you could play an angle raise, I guess, but that's the yellow in the top 8 foot is going to prevent any really good angle on shot stone, I think. Oh no, that's a yellow. Yeah, so nothing on the intern, I don't believe, assuming that they executed a center line guard here.
Keep it for that center. Yes.
For this area here, be a prime placement.
Out the way. Okay. You want to kind of cross and let it lead. Let's see what happens then. He's got plenty. He's got plenty. Yeah, hold on. Worst case, we're in the front of the house and it's more.
Think that does the job?
That's a very
Well,
nice
there might
shot.
be well, there's a hole there. It's going to have to be a heater, but I think they can get through that port and get shot rock out. Certainly not easy. But I think I'd rather be throwing that than the out-turn draw. The rocks are staggered in a way that I think the intern might be easier. You've got the higher guard on the right-hand side, which will allow it to curl just a little bit more, allow it to give it a little more space to move.
It's like they're leaning to the outturn, right? And then looking to reduce at a minimum.
Yeah. Oh, they're looking at the draw now.
Should be able to cut down to
I
one.
guess they don't like the port. I don't blame them. It's really tight.
That's really risky because
Yep.
if you clip off a guard, then you're giving up 3. Right?
Yep. The outturn at least allows them to eat into the 3 points that yellow's line right now. But in the 5th end, down 4, might be time to take on a little more risk.
Hammer rock. On it early, it looked like it had plenty to me, but they would know better.
I think they were looking a little bit at line. Sometimes you get fooled by those. They look like they're going early.
Yeah, and just a little heavy on them.
Yeah. So it is going to be a steal of 3 for yellow. That puts this game in a pretty dominant position for the Stone Troopers. They're up 8-1 after 5 ends. I'll scan the ice shed for you to give you updates in case you're a fan of any of these other teams. The Purple Pretenders hung 2 in the 4th end to give them a 2-point lead over a Denver team, 2 guys in a little rows. And then our still 4-1 for the team from Madison, Team Ram, over our junior U18 team, the Highlighters. No game on sheet A this afternoon.
That was a great call. That shot was, it was there. And it was good. It really wasn't turning. It's okay. I don't know where we have Allison. I'll go. Yeah, I can.
Update from Women's Worlds. The U.S. in the 6th end got forced to a single, so they are tied up with Sweden again, 3-3, playing the 7th. We've got a couple of great draws covering one yellow shot rock right now, or one Swedish shot rock, so we'll keep you posted on that one.
I like coming over here, Greg.
It's about perfect, especially on swingy ice like ours. The tight center guards are a lot more valuable because even if you bury one, if you're too high, you can dig it out with nice soft hit weight, either hack or board. With a 1 or a 2 guard, it's plenty of room to get around and almost get to nose. So the tight guards are a little more valuable. This shot from the red team comes up a little short, giving another center guard.
What's your preference? But like as long as like we're having a good time. Raw? Yeah. The other way is how are you gonna get friends? Like
Out turn come around here. Try to go ahead and bury one, top 4. Really nice shot.
Beauty.
Couldn't ask for more than that.
Nope, that is perfect.
Look at those first 2 rocks. How do you like to have your front end set up like that every time you played?
A little bit of a shove at the end of that delivery, sails it through the house on that one. Maybe a little overcompensation for the first one that came up a little light. Certainly easy to do.
those stones were great, Christy.
Well, Daryl Sobering with a beautiful angle raise to the button gets off his a little bit of a cold streak. They put one on the board. They're now down 6-2 after 5 ends out of 8 at Men's Club Nationals. The women also finished the 5th end. Let me see if I can get a score for you. So I guess I had the score wrong earlier. The Madison team right before the break that Kelly's playing at women's put a 3 on the board instead of a single. So with another steal of 1 in the 5th, it is 6-3 Madison over Colorado, Wisconsin over Colorado in that side of the bracket. So both Colorado teams now need to mount a comeback. Again, this is playoffs for Club Nationals going on in Eveleth, Minnesota. Red elects to peel a guard, maybe hoping to catch the shot rock on the way by, but just misses, I think. Available for now, but yellow, the Stone Troopers are going to throw the center guard, try to protect their position.
And they're leaning on it. I think they may have just enough to get it over. No, they don't.
There's another $1.
Couple feet short.
Pot's growing.
And $1 to the hog pot.
Red's got an opening now. They're going to try to come through the port. Port set up positively for the out turn. So that's the more comfortable stone to throw. You get a little more room on that side for the stone to curl.
This one may be a touch narrow. Play off of this.
Oh, unlucky. Oh. That was unfortunate. Not only do they move that red, take the red over to a little center guard, but it deflects and moves another yellow stone into the house. Right under the, unfortunately, that couldn't have gone much worse.
Nope. Those Irish guys shot sneak in on you once in a while.
Yep.
Irish guy's name is Rick O'Shea. They bite you sometimes.
Yeah.
Calling for guard here. he's probably just thinking calling the guard is a little safer than just eliminating that rock, just in case it tracked on him a little. And he didn't want to run that red back into his yellow.
Right next to the red one.
Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, that rock is a little closer to the house, so if Red was going to throw some kind of run back, that would be an easier shot. I think the angle would be more beneficial to him also. So Red's going to use the other stone. Probably want to hit this one a hair, maybe a nose is the best option.
Touch wide, not coming in for him.
A big end by two guys in a little rose on sheet C, the team from Denver. They hung a 3 in the 5th to take a 1-point lead over the Purple Pretenders from Madison, Wisconsin. And our juniors on sheet D, the highlighters, took 2 in the 5th end. They're now down 4-3 against Team Rob, also from Madison. So we've got some comebacks from the Rose family here. Caden is our skip on our junior team, and his father Christian. They're skipping next to each other on sheets. It's a family affair.
It is. That's cool.
And the daughter Anya is also out there.
Yeah, Anya's out there. It's looking like a really good rock here. We got a shooter in the house now.
Yellow's not taking any chances. Looks like they're trying to get rid of those guards up there, acting as semi-corners.
Got it, Curl. On it,
Or are they throwing a guard?
They're throwing a guard. He's going to get a tap here, I think.
Looked like tight ice. Is it really not curling that much on that side? I guess not.
That was overly optimistic to begin.
Red to come around.
So there's some button available in between those two yellow rocks. It'd have to be a really great shot to catch a piece. Instead, it looks like they're going to throw the hit.
Yeah, I think he's got plenty of room for it to curl in. Just give it a board to control.
Yeah, just double available. Going to roll away, but there's a chance to keep your shooter.
He might be able to get enough of that nose.
Right here.
Good effort, just hung a little.
You want to run it back or you want to split the house? All right. You like this? Or you want less? Yeah, so you want this or you want less? Right there.
Well, it looks like a little deterred by the amount of curl that they got on the outturn. They're electing to throw the intern for the guard on this one. Still not calling a ton of ice. I wonder if it's straightening out a bit there. I'm trying to watch 5 games at once, so it's tough to.
It is tough.
It's really got my attention split.
He was a hair wide. He was about to edge of 8 foot there.
Got it, Curl.
Maybe half a rock inside.
Here it comes. I think that's going to end up in a pretty good spot.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's carry it a little bit. Keep it straight for the line.
That is a great guard. Yep, no port to come through.
Yeah. That'll work.
Really good guard. Red's in a tough spot here. All they can do, I think, is draw and try to get a piece of the button.
Yep, hammer coming. It looks like the side button draw.
This is hammer. I think we'll watch this sheet, and the outcome is pretty much determined. We'll jump over to sheet C. We've got a good game going on there. See how that one finishes up.
Yeah, we've got a couple close ones on C and D.
Yeah.
We've got a huge cluster of parents watching their kids from our junior program on D right now, putting up a really good fight against a good Madison team.
Yeah, we'll take a peek over there.
Sweep! Sweep! Weaknesses and flaws. You're just kind of living this like weird bubble. Sweep!
Just a hair light and going to overcurl into the guard.
So it's going to be 2 yellow, score a 10-1 on sheet B on our featured sheet.
We scored!
So on sheet C, those yellow rocks that you're looking at are for the Purple Pretenders from Madison, but we got a draw coming in for 2 guys in a little rose that looks pretty good. Maybe not quite enough to get shot. It was a good effort there by Christian Rose.
We're now on sheet C with the Purple Pretenders. Playing 2 guys, Anya Little Rose. Purple Pretenders down 1. I think they're shot right now. That yellow seems like maybe a touch closer. Going for the in-off there. Excellent attempt.
Purple Pretenders trying to play the in-off for an additional point or 2. End up pushing the red rock in for shot, or knocking theirs out more like it. So red is currently sitting 1. Oh, and that's the end
That
of the
was
end.
hammer.
So a steal and 1, 2 guys in a little rose, up 7-5 over the Purple Pretenders from Madison after the 6th end. A couple good ends in a row by our DCC team here.
Good effort there by Nick. High risk, high reward. It just didn't pay off for him that time. But nonetheless, really good effort.
Yep, sweep it, sweep it. Go, 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 go. Greg, hey Greg, we gotta play quick. Yeah, I'm with ya. We got in and I was happy, but
We got Skip Slaston coming on sheet D right now. If you want to move over there, Caden Rose is drawing against 3 red rocks from the team from Madison, Team Ram. There are a couple center guards up, so I think what he's going to do is throw a draw and try to hide it behind to cut him down. Let's see. 3 red. The last Team Rams' last shot was that shot from on the right on the top of the 12-foot. Caden's going to ignore them all. He's a fearless kid. And come right around the center guard. They're on it early. Off looks a little spicy. Is he going to make contact with that red rock?
Like that line better?
It's the right direction if I
Just a little heavy there.
You had the line.
I think he cuts him down to just 1 at this point, but Ram's going to have a shot for a draw for 2, it looks like.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle. I think he's awful close to a little wick off of that red rock.
Yep, he's sitting second shot for the moment.
Okay.
So it did something. Rams looking at if it's possible to get to that yellow. If he could move that rock out of play, it would be a shot for 4.
You gotta get more
I
ice.
already practiced the other shot, so I can strip. I will strip less. You want me to try it?
Freeze?
Yeah, okay.
And hammer is on the way.
It needs to curl. I like the curl.
He's through the port. And he does it.
He did get a tap.
Great shot. So that's going to be a score of 4 for Team Ram. That puts them in a good position, up 8-3 after the 6th.
I'm gonna say yes. Yep, go, 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 go. Sweep hard.
So switching to our Sheet C matchup, 2 guys in the Little Rose from Denver, Colorado. That's Christian Rose in the
He
house.
can pay $1 too.
He's got a lead of 2 points over the Purple Pretenders from Madison right now. Probably be comfortable giving up a 2, considering his lead, taking Hammer into the last. I think he was trying to take out the other rock, but it's a good result nonetheless. Cuts him down to 1. With no guards, I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of hits coming down the sheet on this end. Just trying to limit the damage here.
Nice shot there, splitting the house for the Purple Pretenders. Pick which one to go after. Asking the shooter for a preference.
What do you like throwing, Brian? What's your comfort zone?
Anything down the center line, I can throw either turn. I just
Yeah.
like having that center line as a reference.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
And whenever I can use it, I try to take advantage of it.
Do you ever throw with an intermediate target? So
I can't say that I do.
on those outside shots, I sometimes find it helpful to pick a point on the near hog line and aim for that.
Okay.
Because it, like you said, with no reference point on the wings like that, it can get a little fuzzy as far as target line. So
I like it.
just picking out a point that's closer to you instead of looking all the way down at the broom can sometimes help you get a little closer to that correct target line.
Great. Give me something to play with on the next practice session.
Yeah.
Get there, coming this way. Steal out. Is that
And
done?
then women's in Point George, BC, it's 6-6 tied in the 8th, Canada versus Denmark. So a couple tight games out there.
All the way. We're gonna kiss the front one. We're gonna get around. We're gonna kiss. Yeah, carry it. Let's go. Barry, stop. Let's see where it goes. It's okay. Hey, it kind of did what you wanted to go. Not clear.
Looks like Christian is going with the draw here. Maybe a touch heavy. Had a really good line. Just slides through the back of the house. Things are tightening up here for him. Looks like the Purple Pretenders are looking at something like a top 12, top 8 guard.
Line 3 right now, it's going to be, Christian's going to have to find a tricky spot in order to cut him down with his last one here.
Yeah.
Looking at a big end brewing.
He was like, yeah, we gotta sweep.
I would say that with this rock from the Pretenders, you just don't want to put something in back of the tee line that they can sit on. But it's out the back. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think that's better than
That was a good call, sweeping
having
it deep.
stop. Yeah.
Oh, it went all the way out. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was still biting.
It's not ideal to throw it through, but it's better than leaving one in the back of the forefoot that then Christian can draw to. So he's looking at where the best spot to draw would be here. I think it might be behind that one in the top 12 if he's not going to play the hit.
Tough decision, right? Reduced by 1.
Yep. I think what they're probably
Go for the
talking
one on top 12, though. You've got options, right?
Yeah.
Sweeper options if you throw something board to control.
Yep.
They have 2 different ways to get a double, maybe.
Yeah, he's looking at the one that's closer to that one in the top 12. Use it as a guard and remove one from play. Even if he doesn't make the roll, the worst result that can happen is being down one with hammer going into the last end, which certainly isn't a bad situation. So I think taking one out is the right call.
Yeah, going for the hit and roll here. Give up 3, worst case scenario.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
They were looking at shot rock, but I think this is a situation where you don't necessarily have to throw at the shot stone. Having this one closer to the guard makes the roll a little bit easier.
Sure.
No hit and roll is easy, but I think that the shorter roll is better.
We'll see what they can do here.
Not touching it so far.
Caught it on the beak.
I was playing with these guys on Wednesday night in league play, and Christian really doesn't like the sweeper side sweeping. He doesn't. He's not a true believer in the push side as far as making hits, especially curl.
Okay.
He thinks that the distance that you're adding eliminates any benefit you're getting.
There's
from
an
the,
offset there.
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
that argument.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's certainly one side to it. I'm not the guy to ask. I think that you can. I personally believe that you can start the curl a little bit easier or a little bit sooner with push side and maybe get it breaking. But I can certainly see both sides. I think the jury is probably still out.
Falco, we may be able to test that out here shortly. He lost a shooter here, so it's going to tie it up.
Yeah. So Christian's strategy works. He really swim play, and with a little bit of a fortunate rollout there, it ends up being tied. So he's got the hammer coming home in an even game. How do you propose we test that out?
Rumor has it there's a rock throwing machine located in Seattle that may be making its way down to Denver.
Oh, that would be fun. One of the what I think is one of the best sweepers in U.S. curling, and Lance Wheeler here. I think he's certainly top 5 sweepers in the country.
Sure.
And proved that when he was playing at the Olympic qualifying event in Omaha this past fall.
Yep, that'd be great. We'll get him out there to lean on some of those rocks and see what the numbers show us.
And he loves doing it. He'll sweep as many in a row as you want him to. It's hard for anybody else on my team to get any licks in.
Well, you're no slouch yourself, Falco. It's awful fun to play with you and Wheeler, and you're throwing lead or second, and you have to throw a guard, and it sure builds confidence in the thrower. We just have to fluff one out there, and
I'll tell you,
leave it to you guys.
There's no more comfortable feeling than having.
I remember one of the first times I played with Lance, I made a draw. That was fairly good for my standards. I was relatively new, and ended up just perfect. I mean, to the inch of where he wanted it. He swept it to it, and then so I asked him what the call was on this next shot. I was down in the hack cleaning the rock. I missed the call. And he said, same shot. And I said, what? And he said, just throw the same thing. I said, well, it's mighty bold of you to assume I have the capability to do that, but I'll try.
Threw a really good tight guard on their first one, so obviously can't be moved. We'll see what he does here. Sometimes when you want to steal, you throw a higher guard on top of yours to guard your guard, so to speak, so that you can't remove all the guards with one shot. Looks like they're electing to come around. Those 2 red rocks have created a little bit of a pocket back there as protection for any rock in the house. Christian's walking right up there, and we're going to see a clearing shot by Tim.
There you go. I like this call.
Yep. No hesitation there. I think it's the right thing to do. He's going to do everything he can to leave himself an open 4-foot to draw to with his last one here.
Tim has certainly improved over the last couple of years.
Yeah, he certainly has.
Great slide, can throw some good weight when he needs it.
Looks like they're crossing the face of that one.
Beautiful
no
shot
damage
there.
done in the back, so that yellow one's looking pretty lonely at this point. That yellow counter is grabbing just a piece of the 4-foot, so it's going to be a tough score if they have that guarded with Christian's last.
Maybe a little heavier than they intended. Maybe it's not.
Really good positioning. Just covering it, I think, gets the job done here.
Just going to remove it again.
Yep. I think there might be a chance of hitting the right side of that rock and getting the shot rock moving. I might play the other turn at this, unless he's trying to come across the face, which would do the same thing. But I think the cardinal sin here is leaving a center guard, so just the straight peel, especially this early in the end, is a good result. Oh, and he does. Oh, just misses the shot rock. So takes one of his own out. That probably wouldn't have come into play anyway.
No consequence.
So, yeah. So the purple pretenders skip Nick is sticking to his strategy, putting another guard up.
The double is certainly available to him now.
Yeah, just a little deep.
Shorten that run back. Looks like we have a final. We got handshakes on D.
Our feature game went final also a few minutes ago. It was a little bit lopsided there. The Stone Troopers victorious. They're sweeping a curl. I think we're just going to get the top one here. Oh, just moves it. Interesting spot where that ticked yellow ends up. Even if they put a perfect guard up, Christian might have the opportunity to access the shot rock with a double in off.
Okay.
Off of that rock, so
and
it's going to be tough to protect everything.
Hard to tell if he does do that in off. That yellow is in danger of jamming on the red.
And if you hit it really thin, it might go over the top of that back in the red, but you're a little thicker, and you're right, it would stuff. So not the most comfortable shot to throw. I'm sure he just loves to have a clearer picture, clearer shot at that shot stone. They've been pretty good online on these guards. I've thrown the same,
really nice
same
guards
line over and over again, and you get a chance to dial that in. I think he's got about half a rock at the shot stone now, but it's the wrong side. It's going to jam right into that red one.
Okay, well, Anna got that top 1 and 4 foot out of there.
It does jam, but the top of the button is open now. I would say a little bit better situation. I think I might have given it another run at the guard. We're on skips rocks here, so Nick is probably going to try to prevent or place a rock somewhere where it prevents Christian from drawing the button. It's hard to tell if you can get to the button with the in-turn, and I believe you can. At least a piece of it.
And they're looking at the out-turn side, though.
Yeah, this would definitely be the more comfortable shot for Christian, is the out-turn. So I like guarding this. Again, you can't guard everything, so just take away whatever looks best. Corey Christensen was able to get her deuce in 8, so it's now 5-4 USA over Sweden, and Anna Hasselberg playing the 9th. A force here would put them in really good position to win that game. Canada dropped a 3 on Denmark, so they're now in control, up 9-6 in the 9th. Denmark has hammer. Kelly Danahay is trying to mount a comeback. She's down 6-4 in the 8th against the team from Wisconsin-Hampton at the Women's Club Nationals. And Daryl Sobering is down 6-3 to Mike Siggins of Arizona, playing the 8th and final end of that game.
Seems
Also
odd,
at Club Nationals.
Shouldn't this be odd number ends going that way?
Yeah, I think we're watching the feed here also, and I think that curling zone where I can't read the scoreboards on their feed, so I think the curling zone's probably an end behind. So
Okay.
once it posts, we'll give you an update.
Okay, looks like Christian's going for the. I think you can get to the inside of this yellow one. It's a bad angle, but.
Yeah, let me go take a peek and see if I
Yeah,
can
why
get-
don't you? Okay. Falco's going to go check out the overhead.
Yeah, so I just went and stood behind the sheet. It looks like they can see probably a thin quarter of that shot rock.
Okay.
So certainly able to draw to it.
Looks like
see
he
the
has good
result.
weight going in it here. It's all on the line on the sweepers. Looks like they're trying to carve it in a little bit. Did he get enough inside? I don't think
Well,
so, but he's got
stays
something
there.
come in next time.
Yeah, it looks like yellow's still shot.
Okay. Looks like Nick is going to guard that so he can't come in off his own red.
Good try there by Christian, just a foot heavy on that, I think. Well, I don't have a lot of original content, so I'll say it again. Can't guard everything, so there is an outturn possibility
Okay.
available. But since Christian just threw this, Nick's choosing to guard this side. I think this is an easier shot anyway. He could play off his own red one and roll in for shot rock. So forcing Christian to play the outturn side. He's going to have to squeak by that center guard and the yellow in the top of the 8 foot
And
in
that
order to
yellow.
access.
Okay.
But he will have a shot. Oh, and this one's just a little heavy by Nick, so Christian's going to have this choice here.
I think he might elect the in turn again. He didn't even look at the out turn side.
Yep, sets up right away. It's going to be a similar shot, even similar weight to what he just threw.
Okay.
All comes down to this.
Hammer stone. We have a lot of activity here in the Denver Curling Center warm room. It's quite a festive atmosphere at the time.
We've got another draw coming up here at 5 o'clock. I'll get you some competitors or opponents' names by the end of this draw. We'll be featuring Sheet B again. Brian and I will be here back at commentating, whether you like it or not.
It's a durability test. See how many people can endure. And Hammerstone is on the way.
I don't know. I didn't do either game.
Again, these angles are tough for us, but
This one? Yeah.
they're calling for line now. Tim sweeping hard to hold it. He cleared the
by.
guard and ticks off his. Just a little.
Man, that's close. I think the red. It's really close.
We might have a measure. They're looking at it.
I thought red at first glance, but being the last shot of the game, they're not going to leave anything to chance, I don't think.
And taking a second peek. Taking a third peek.
Caught just a little too little of that rock. So
Let's get the nanometer. What is it? Let's get
Oh,
the
no.
measuring device, and we just lose the feed.
Oh no. Well, if you can still hear us.
And they are pulling out the measuring device, so we'll let you know.
We've got our
We're going to need a witness over here.
we've got our ghost behind the
All right, we have
behind
our
the technology.
tech guru, Cully, jumping on it right away.
Matt, they're still playing. We got to measure on C if you can hear us. If you can put the feedback on.
Okay, we got the feedback.
So it is good enough for Shot Rock.
It was red, Falco?
Yep, two guys on the little rows. Christian with a really great last shot, hangs on just enough to score one, and they're going to be moving on.
Clutch shot, and Tim was really hammering that to hold the line. I think he got fairly close to the guard. And
Yeah,
also,
he puts a lot of weight on that broom head, so
Yeah.
he deserves a lot of credit there. Good team shot. So they knock off the Purple Pretenders from Madison, Wisconsin. Still my favorite uniforms of the weekend. Really great guys.
Yeah, they're having fun. Glad they made the
give
trip.
me 1 second. I'll get you our next matchup, and then we'll sign off here for a little bit.
Okay, Falco's going to get the 5 p.m. draw schedule. And we
So
did
if
promise
you're
earlier to try to get that up, but having a little difficulty getting that draw schedule up for some reason. So
So if you're interested in watching our 5 p.m. draw upcoming, we've got Detroit 1 against the Sweeping Beauties, and that'll be our 5 o'clock draw here on the same stream. You can find us on Denver Curling Club live stream on the YouTube. And we will give you some finals from these Club National games still ongoing and from the Women's Worlds. Hopefully our girls are going to make the semifinals tonight, and we can cheer them on again.
okay, we're going to take a quick 25-minute break, and we'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Thanks, Brian. See you then.
Thanks, Dave.